Stephen J. here with another book review. Today I want to talk to you about Filterworld. Filterworld's an interesting book because it was inspired by observation, and I love the whole process of people observing things and then trying to look into it in a little bit more depth. Filterworld looks at a phenomenon that author Kyle Chaiga originally observed, where he would go to different cities and see a lot of the same types of design, particularly in places like coffee shops. He would say, I'd be in a city in a completely other part of the world, and I'd see the same features, the same lighting, the same furniture setup in a whole bunch of different types of settings. And what he ended up looking into and observing is that the impact of algorithms had actually started to impact our physical world as well. So what he says the story is that people need to interact with social media, with algorithms, in order to promote their business, in order to have their businesses survive. Even if someone doesn't want to promote their business on social media, promote their businesses on some other types of formats, they have to. And as a result, what happened is people started chasing the same algorithms. The algorithms promote or will boost the viewership or readership of content that all does the same things. And this started to filter throughout the world. So everywhere in the world, you start to see a little bit of sameness, or what people sometimes refer to as the flattening of the world. Now, I don't know if you've observed this. I'm not sure, what you see in different places, because there might be some, I don't know, particular like long-running establishments that have managed to bypass or sidestep this particular flattening process. But it does seem alarming, because to me, I really want to visit a place and feel some sort of a sense of that particular place. If I'm in New York, I want to understand that I'm in New York. I want to look and feel like New York. Same thing if I'm going to London, Copenhagen, or even Sofia, Bulgaria, right? The place I should feel there's a reason to visit some other place. I remember picking up a travel magazine and them having a story about Pittsburgh and thinking, oh, neat, as a city that you don't hear on the radar, at least like 10 years ago, you didn't really hear about it on the radar too much. And then the whole article was about how there are places that have art galleries and microbreweries. And I remember thinking to myself, well, that doesn't really make this place special. Like where I live in Denver, I can find art galleries and microbreweries. Why would I visit another city just to find a lot of the same stuff that I find in my own city? And, I think they call this the McDonaldization of the world in some ancient articles. Places losing its feeling of specialness, of what makes this place unique, what makes you want to do it, whether it be architectural design, whether it be cultural things, or whether it be just interior offerings, or the offerings of the particular establishments. If every place is going to look exactly like the place that we're in, well, what's the point in ever going anywhere else, which can really kind of bring us even further into our bubbles. And that's one of the things that really motivated me to read this book, Filterworld. Now, I'm going to be talking about this in some other book reviews, but one of the things we want to do when we're reading books is read them and come into them with an open mind. We want to be able to be open to hearing stuff, even stuff that we don't expect to hear. Now, I really like that Filterworld offers us some alternatives, offers some ideas about, okay, this may be a way that we could get out of this little rut that we're kind of in, with everything looking the same. Now, I'm, of course, all about us escaping the algorithms by just getting offline. Just go out into the real world, talk to people in the real world, and that'll help. Of course, the premise of the book is that this online filtering, this online flattening of the world is starting to show up and manifest in the real world. But one of the things that was unexpected is that he offers some solutions about things we can do without even leaving the online world, without even leaving the computer, to find experiences online that escape the algorithm. And the simplest thing that I think anyone can do to escape the algorithm is to just stop letting the news feeds of every single platform dictate what you see, and start consciously looking for a specific item, a specific thing. But either way, when we read material like this, when we read something that's like not exactly what we expect, we do need to be open-minded. And I'm glad I read Filterworld with an open mind. And this is a great book, I think, for explaining how we got to the place where we got to.